Thank you guys so much for joining us today. You are joining America's Supermom, and we are finding out about people's superpowers. I'm so excited to be here today on the podcast. It's been a while since I have been on this platform to talk to you guys. So I'm so excited to have two wonderful guests. I have Jeanette Martin and Kathy Fester, and we're going to hear about their superpowers and what it is that they are going to enlighten us about today. So let's just dive into this conversation. You know, a half an hour goes by pretty quick. So I am going to turn it over to Jeanette first. Welcome, Jeanette.
Hello, Lachelle. How is your beautiful being today?
I am well. Okay. It's nonstop entertainment over here at my house, but we are here to hear about you, your superpower, and Kathy. So I'm excited to have y'all today.
And you only said 30 minutes because we got some pretty amazing superpowers between the two of us. Just saying. Just saying.
I know.
Thank you so much for having both of us on. My name is Jeanette Y. Martin. I love to put my middle initial in there. Why not? It's my middle initial. I'm the owner of MYBC Consulting, which stands for Move Your Bum Chum Consulting. And I started my company in 2014 to help the small box retailer because I've had big box training, work for some of the big corporate 500 companies in the retail space. And when I started my company back in 2014, I had to come up with a name. And so many of my customers, some of my friends and family and community go, Jeanette, how do you do these things you do in this life? And I think one of my superpowers is Lachelle, I move my bum chum. And it was just a natural fit because I do live in British Columbia, a little town called Aldergrove, part of the Langley Township, about 70 kilometers south of Vancouver, BC. And that is what I say is one of my superpowers is I love connecting, collaborating, and building amazing communities around. And that's how I met Kathy Fester, was through connecting, through collaborating, and building community where we live. And I would say that is my inherent superpower right then and there. Kathy, I know you can't see us, but Kathy's shaking her head up and down. And we're just ever so grateful to build community where you live and where your audience set of ears are going to be listening to this wherever they are. And that's what we can do is I can move my bum chum and say yes when you said, hey, would you like to be a podcast guest? So
I love that.
There's great power in that, the power of yes and moving your bum chum. So I know I have more to say, and I'm going to turn it over to Kathy.
Oh yes, Jeanette, you always have lots to say. That's one of the superpowers I love about you. I'm Kathy Fester, and I am a master school teacher. I actually teach high school music. I've been teaching for over 30 years. So I am an educator in heart. I've been teaching since I was in grade 7. So it is part of who I am, to my soul. I'm also a relationship marketing strategist, where I help businesses build their referral base. And my superpower really is being a teacher and an educator. I really am able to reach a variety of people. Just before this podcast, I met a lovely gentleman in Vancouver. I'm in the Vancouver area, metro area of Canada, BC as well, about 30 minutes away from Jeanette. And we had a lovely conversation, and it's not going to be the last conversation. I love people, and I love learning from people, and I love educating and sharing skills with one another. We are all born into this world with a skill set, and why keep it to ourselves? That's what I believe. And let's share, and let's build this world in a kinder, more authentic way. That is my big word for today, is authenticity. Awesome. Because if we aren't real, I don't know what the purpose is. I really don't. And I think it comes and bites us in the butt when we're not real. Yeah. And that's basically me in a nutshell. I'm an author. I'm my new strand of my KIT Communications, which stands for Keeping in Touch, which is what I do, is all about others and ourselves, And
Mm-hmm.
I've just started another strand where I'm a master scheduling coach, where I have found myself in the position of helping other moms primarily how to figure out balance with their calendars when you're juggling
Mm.
those balls. And I juggle a lot, as Jeanette knows.
Mm-hmm.
you
You know,
know,
all
um,
those balls I throw at Kathy, she's got to
y-
stick one of them somewhere as she's juggling.
absolutely. So I teach. I found myself as a mentor slash accountability partner to help other moms figure out how to juggle life, the kids, the
Mm-hmm.
husband, their job, their side business, all of those kinds of things. And where do you find time to take care of yourself? And
Yes.
something I have learned is we all look for balance in life. I'm putting up quotations with my fingers. I don't know why, but I've
Right.
got quotes. There is no such thing as balance. There is
Absolutely.
no such thing, but we can achieve balance in the areas that we need to focus on. That is fluid and changes through our weekly lives. So
I
that's
love
me in
that.
a nutshell. Jeanette and I are the yin and the yang, and we are so thrilled to be with you today, Lachelle.
I'm so glad to have you. And, you mentioned relationship strategists. I think this has really been a backbone for a lot of businesses being able to not just survive, but thrive during this pandemic. So,
Yes.
what is one key thing that you would say to business owners, entrepreneurs, that they need to maintain in order to continue to build positive relationships?
Well,
I think, oh,
I'll
go
go,
ahead, Jeanette. You go
yeah,
ahead.
I'll go first because I do I'm going to use the big fancy word esoterical, or the virtual touch point on building and continuing to make these incredible relationships around the world. Is I developed this cool system called Lifting Up, which stands for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. What are your intentions on social media? Because as Kathy was talking about, her keyword authenticity, and mine is kind of genuineness, if that's a word. What is your intention using these tools? What networks do you belong to in life to get your mutual goals in life? And what we can do is remember that if we've had a great experience with someone's business, someone's organization, is being confident. If you could say, if you were in front of me, Lachelle, and we went for coffee, and I know it happens all the time with me, you're chitty chatting and it reminds you of something, going, oh yeah, have you gone to that new coffee shop around the corner? They have the most incredible tea bar, and I know you love tea. And you look at me, it's like, wow, that came out of left field. We were talking about kids and how we're doing this weekend. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I had such a good time. I want to tell you about it because I know you really love tea. So it's utilizing the social media platforms for good, for recognition, for lifting up other people, and just something as simple as, thank you so much for making my cup of coffee so delicious today. You made my day, and you tag in your favorite store. That's how we can continue to build relationship, because there will come a time where you need a hand out. You need a hand, not a handout or a hand up. Sorry, wrong words. A hand up in your business. And then when you start going back to some of these businesses where you've lifted up on social media, your name is in the back of their mind. They're like, oh, I recognize you. Yeah, of course I'll give you a gift certificate for your fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club. And it's because you've made those connections online. So my 3,500 friends on Facebook have seen how I built those relationships using social media. So that's what I do, the big esoterical way. I think that's the right word. And then I'm going to turn it over to Kathy, because Kathy uses a very unique way to build relationships as well.
Yeah, I think Jeanette and I met as she was my social media person. And we built this relationship, which is thus married into this audacious project that we're on that we'll talk about in a moment. As we have navigated for the last year and a half, it's become even more important for people to understand that doing business now is no longer your traditional put an ad in the newspaper and people will come, for example. It's all relationship building. And if you talk to any successful business person out there, it's the relationship first that needs to be developed. So what I I teach people how to do that in multiple strands. Social media, yes. Email, yes. Phone call. How many of us have picked up a phone and had a conversation on the phone? And then the tangible, and Jeanette and I talk about this a lot in terms of different types of learners. The tangible piece is an actual physical card in the mail, or a postcard or a note, doesn't matter what it is. And keeping a regular contact, top of mind practice with each and every customer or client that you work with, because it takes probably between 7 and 12 touch points in any of those formats to be remembered. And you want to be remembered as a customer, as a client. And by doing and keeping that, doing that action, the appreciation piece, and keeping it top of mind, you are more likely to be referred to and sent to other people, rather than the ads. We don't have yellow pages anymore for a reason, right? We don't have yellow pages for a reason. But what's replacing those yellow pages are these tangible cards that have meaning, and they're individually designed. I do it that way. And I recommend that to my clients to do it that way so that it's authentic. Authenticity has got to be the backbone. I don't like the junk mail going out and it just gets thrown in the garbage. You want something that's meaningful and relatable by building those
So true.
relationships. Yeah.
I love that. And I love that you mentioned the phone call, because a
Yes.
lot of people avoid that.
Yes.
So
And I'm not talking text messaging either, Lachelle.
I get you. So I'm saying, for those that are listening, what should they say on this phone call? Because this is like foreign language to them a lot of times.
Oh my gosh, Lachelle, I want to real life today. Okay. Today this happened is last Sunday, I went to a local farmer's market called the Ladner Village Farmers Market. I've lived in this town for a long time and I've never been. And I'm walking around and I'm walking around the market, seeing what's there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful market, and it's lovely to see thriving people selling their wares. And I came across 2 book authors, and that's something I love. I love books. I love promoting books. I love the creativity connected to writing books. And there was 2 people I met. One had a book about mushrooms and about poems and stuff like that. Another lady had written a kid's book. And I said, oh, do you want some help? Like, I truly, this is my give to the world, is I'd love to have you on my BC Consulting Facebook virtual author series. So I took their business cards and they said, give me an email. And I kind of have a standard email, sent it out on Monday. This is what I need. This is what I need. Are you available? Are you available? And over the week, I've heard crickets, meaning I haven't heard back from these people. And I was like, you know what, Jeanette, it's time to pick up the phone. And so I picked up the phone and I said, hey, it might happen. My Gmail sometimes it goes to spam. And I actually made a mistake and sent it to a Gmail where it should have gone to an Outlook. So clarify that's something else when you pick up the phone. But this is something that a mentor of mine, I'm going to shout out Deborah LeBlanc right now, and I don't know if she'll ever listen to this, but she was my mentor about telephone manners back when I was 23, running a retail store. And I called them and I said, hey, Matt, and it's like, hi, is this an okay time to chat? Because remember, we're curious as anything when we get a phone call. It's like, oh my gosh, this thing actually rings too, other than just getting my social media on it. And I always want to respect the person because I'm breaking their flow of their day when I make this phone call. And they're like, oh, and I said, yeah, I'm the lady you met at the market last week. And I just wanted to give you a call. And they said, and this was awesome. The one fellow, Matt, said, if you want my undivided attention, can I call you back in 10 minutes? And I said, absolutely. So in the other person, again, it was like, is this an okay time to chat? Of course, it's an okay time to chat. And to me, at the basis of that's kind of the first thing that if you're going to do a follow-up phone call, what you want to say, to respect time and flow on the other person. Because I don't know about you, Lachelle, sometimes when you get a phone call and you know it's a business, immediately they think you're going to go into sales mode, and that's not what you want the phone call to be. So that's my word. That's my words of wisdom about the respect for the person's time on the other side. So Kathy, over to you.
Love that.
Oh, I already said my piece.
No, about phone calls. About phone calls. Like, what do you suggest about when your language you use on
Yeah,
phone?
how
Oh,
to
the
get on
language
the phone.
on phones?
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, it's the relationship. How are you doing? And really listening to the responses. It's having a conversation. There is no set script. It's like having a caring, kind demeanor. And hey, do you actually, usually what I do is, hey, do you have a few moments? Is this a bad time? I always start my calls. Is this a bad time for you? If it's a bad time, let's pick another time. And I just go from there, and I listen and listen, people. Listen to what people are saying. Okay. The sale is not what's important. It's the connection you make with the people. That's what's important.
I love that. And speaking of connections, how you guys got connected, and what is it that you guys are collaborating on that is really the core of your business that you guys have together?
Okay, you can go ahead and say it, Lachelle. It's the core of our superpower.
Right.
It's our foundation for where all our superpowers come up from.
I
It,
love it.
it it's the Gratitude and Appreciation Summits International.
Hmm.
I read Cody Bateman's book, How Relationship Marketing is Changing the World. Back, Kathy gifted it to me in 2019. I can't believe it was that long ago. We met in September 2018, and
Hmm.
it morphed out to become this vision of a stage with different color hearts, people's backgrounds, sharing gratitude, appreciation, kindness, love, acceptance stories and tools and methodologies. And this coming October 1st and 2nd, we've decided collectively, because we have been so blessed this last year and a half, that we want to give back. And this year, the Gratitude and Appreciation 2-day summit is, Kathy, it is, how much does it cost to go to the Gratitude and Appreciation
You have
Summit
to
this
check
year?
out the website.
Oh,
I
no.
love that. I love that.
Check
It's,
out the website, because you know what, folks?
Call to action. I
Yeah,
love it,
it's a
girl.
call to action, and we can't tell you everything that's on it, because it's 2 days and it's fabulous and it's going to be epic.
yeah,
And it's the question as to when we met and how we met. We were in a networking group
yeah.
together that we're both a member
Mm.
of.
Hmm.
And I am a high school teacher with very strict parameters on how we use social media. I can lose my
Mm.
job with how I use social media. So I was scared to death. Like, it's like,
Hmm.
I'm doing this business, but I need to be careful because I'm also a teacher. I'm bound by
Right.
my contract. So I hired Jeanette as my teacher, my mentor, on how to
Hmm.
get through that fear of using social media, because Jeanette is one of the best. She is definitely one of the best in the social media world. And that just turned into this unbelievable friendship, with this audacious vision. Those are Jeanette's words, audacious vision for this Gratitude Appreciation Summit, because it's the whole premise behind this summit is to bring guest speakers from around the world together to share and show how to be intentional on a daily basis with our
Mm.
gratitude and appreciation. Intentional, not just the
Mm.
fly by your pants gratitude,
Mhm.
being intentional. And we have been truly blessed with so many like-minded people. This is not a money-making deal. This is a passion project. It is our legacy. And we
Mm.
have attached, what's really cool about the model we've designed, and I think it's really cool anyway, is that we are very community-based, where we want to give back. We have given back to charity with all 3 of our events that we've had so far.
Wow.
And so, because we're international and we've got speakers from different parts of the world, they are choosing a charity of theirs, their local, that
Mm.
during our event, people have the opportunity to give to that charity.
That's
The last
awesome.
time we did it, we donated just over $500 to a local charity, to
Mhm.
families that lost their jobs and couldn't put food on the table due to COVID.
Mm.
Due to COVID.
Mhm.
And they delivered meals to the homes, along with a video of a professional chef showing how to make that food.
Wow.
And like, let's give back to people, and that's what Jeanette and I are very much about.
Mhm.
Where do you step on the gas?
Yeah.
Thus, gratitude and
Mhm.
appreciation. Where do you step on the gas in your life with your clients, customers, your family, friends, and yourself on a daily
Mm.
basis in gratitude and appreciation. That's really, in a nutshell, what our event is all about. And
Yep.
we are just providing a tool and a platform for that. So we have amazing speakers coming up in October. We've got the last surviving passenger that got off of the plane that crashed in the Hudson Bay in New York a few years
Oh,
ago.
yeah, yeah.
Changed his life. He's one of our guest speakers. We've got a panel of parents talking about gratitude and appreciation and raising children in the 21st century. We've got a panel of teenagers coming on. So we're not
Awesome.
only reaching parents and entrepreneurs and business, we're also reaching the teens. I just met with 3 of my high school students that graduated last year. They gave me a beautiful gift that they made, and we got together for coffee. And one of the girls, she's an entrepreneur, and I had no idea. And she's sharing her business model with me. And it's like, oh, I can connect you with this person and that person. She says, really? I'm going, of course I can.
Wow.
And it's like, that's what it's all about. I was grateful for having those students in my classroom. How can I help you with your future life as a young adult?
Yeah.
I gave back. I appreciated them. And the gift was so beautiful. They made a record.
Oh, that
With
is
their
so
own
awesome.
artwork and everything. It's just how do we treat one another on a daily basis? And we're just giving skills, because I think people are so wrapped up with the busy in life
Yeah.
and the rat race and technology. Oh my goodness. We're so tech inundated. How do we get back to our core values of kindness? And wouldn't it be great if one person at a time we shared this to make this a kinder world? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So it begs the question, Lachelle, to your listeners. So are you going to come take a break with us and shift the world using gratitude and appreciation? Because that's what a little shot of gas is going to do for you.
Yeah.
I love that. And so, I mean, so many things you brought up, legacy, kindness, and intentionality. I mean, I could go on and on. Those are some great core beliefs, core values. I mean, we could go hours in each of those directions, but I think really when it comes to kindness, just back to basics.
Yeah.
What is something that we could leave the audience with that they can implement today? Because I think kindness is like a muscle. You have to kind of do a little bit, you gain a little momentum, and then it gets to be bigger and bigger. But for people who have been like tunnel vision, you're stuck into this digital era, you're electronically on this leash, with all these different things. How do you begin to infuse that kindness? What's something that they can practical start doing?
We could go on an hour on this one too.
Well,
one thing, Jeanette, one thing.
One thing.
I would say find a mentor who walks kindness and mirror him. We had the pleasure of having Leon Legothitis, the Kindness Diaries creator, and he's written a book called Go Be Kind. And he was on our Thankful Thursday Reflections, sent us 2 copies of his book, and have a kindness mentor, much like Kathy and I are gratitude and appreciation mentors to the world, is find yourself a kindness mentor and follow in his footsteps. And he's written an incredible book that's helping Kathy and I. We're doing his book together. So I would say find a kindness mentor who does it really well.
So you mentioned that you're doing the book together. Is it some kind of, do they have challenges or something?
Yeah,
it's a 28 and a half adventure book.
Oh.
And we're taking one adventure a week and doing a live Facebook every Sunday night at 7:00 Pacific time.
Oh, that's fun.
And we're taking each of those activities. And what I've discovered doing this adventure is I've been doing a lot of this already. One of the nicest things one thing to take away is your question. One thing that people can implement right now, make a phone call to somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time and connect with them.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one that you can do right now.
Mm-hmm. I love
Leon in
that.
his book, Lachelle calls it cell phone roulette. You open up your contacts and you just kind of hit your phone across the screen, and then you stop. And that person contact that you touch the screen is the one that you call.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
good.
And I did that, and I connected with a lady that I met about 3 years ago, and we're working on being a speaker, me being a speaker for her in the upcoming months. So you just never know what's going to come out of it. And Kathy had an adventure doing that very skill, but this new skill last week.
And
I love
even
that.
just holding a door and saying hello
Yes.
to somebody with
Yes.
eye contact.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? With eye contact. Right?
Yes.
It makes a person be seen.
Yeah.
And that's what we
Yes.
all desire in life, is to be seen.
Yes.
So there's another one.
I
We could go
love
on.
that. Yeah, I know it's but I just wanted to give people something practical, because
Absolutely.
we can get in our own way, get in our own head.
Oh.
I've got this is my life, all this, and so I
Yes.
want to give them something that makes it easy for them, a great thing that they could do.
And wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a big old smile. Give yourself a little fuel. Give yourself a little fuel in the morning before you go giving it away to somebody else.
That is so good. That's a good one. All right. So you guys are awesome. So what is the best way really for I'm gonna ask one more question about this books and this reading, because it looks like books are you're on this journey with the Leon book.
Mhm.
So talk to us about how we may enjoy information. However, we have to take action on the information. And so as I listened to what you said earlier, Jeanette, about reading the book with Cody Bateman, and then, it brought you to where you are today. You took action.
Right.
How do you tell the audience the best way to take action? How did you know? What was that? What made that book or that experience different to inspire you to do something different?
Well, I'm going to share with you, this is how I took action. I'm part of the Kindness Ambassador, so is Kathy, on Leon Logothidis' Facebook group. And I also get his Feel Good Friday emails every week.
Mm-hmm.
And up in one of the emails back in February last year, this year, I can't remember the dates, it doesn't matter. There was an email that says, do you want to meet Leon Logothidis? The Philadelphia Ronald McDonald House is doing his book, his Go Be Kind book, as their book of the club. He says, you have to make a $25 donation to meet him. And I'm like, I couldn't sign up fast enough to, transfer my $25. I'm thinking in my head, because to me, he's my kindness hero. He's just amazing. If your kids haven't watched The Kindness Diaries 1 and 2, I encourage it. It's on Disney right now. Mm-hmm. And when I was expecting to have like hundreds of people in the room, and I was in the Zoom room, and I was going to be like this little tiny screen in the corner meeting him. And there was one, and there was 12 of us on the screen. So it felt really special. And I got to talk to him. I got to ask him kindness questions. I got to align with him. So when throughout it, I asked him the question that you're asking us, which is funny that you asked us. The question says, what is your kindness methodology every day? I says, what do you do? Well, it's your like subconscious. I said, we're your kindness ambassadors out here walking this good earth for you. And he says, I know that I've had a really good day if I put a smile on somebody's face. And he goes, I actually wrote a book about it. And so, they were doing the Kindness Diaries book, and he had just was writing the Go Be Kind book, or releasing it. And he asked the lady who was moderating, Alyssa, hey, can you get everybody's addresses? Because I'd love to send them a copy. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I didn't get just one copy. I got 2 copies. So getting these books, it was my call to action was to honor him in his time of giving to the Ronald McDonald House, that had I got the books and they sat on my shelf, that wasn't being respectful. So handing one over to Kathy and saying, Kathy, what do you think? Should we do these kind of things? And this is well before Leon ever came and talked to us. And he says, yes, let's do this. So when a book, it's either the call to action is you're reading the books, and this book is very easy, got lots of cool pictures, really super duper easy, lots of activities in the book, tactile, auditory, visual. But to me, my call to action, Michelle, was to respect Leon and to put the book into action because of his time that he gave back to the world.
That's good. Okay. That was good. What about you, Kathy? And so for somebody who is getting this information, what is it that really inspires you to take action so that you can, continue your journey of spreading gratitude and kindness and appreciation?
I think for me, it's the reaction from the other person.
Mm,
Putting a smile on somebody's face means the world to me. And I think I get that from all my teaching because there's nothing greater, especially as a music teacher, there is
mhm.
nothing greater than a young child getting that first note on their instrument.
Wow.
There's nothing like it. And I look for that spark in people of all ages every
Mhm.
single moment. So we have, I don't know if you have it in the States or not, but up here in Canada, we have the random acts of kindness days.
We
A
have that.
day, it's one day. Well, I
Mhm.
do that regularly. If I'm going
Amen.
through, if I go through the Tim Hortons and I just feel intuitively to pay for the guy behind me, I will do
Yeah.
it. Right.
Mhm.
And sometimes they'll say thank you with a good wave. Sometimes
Mhm.
they're too slow and I'm gone. And I don't care because it makes my heart know that I've done good. That's just
Yeah.
one of many, 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 many examples.
Mhm.
Um, I think there is so much, it saddens my heart when I listen to my sister, who is just now starting to understand there is hope with humanity.
Yeah.
Because she has had so many rotten things happen to her in her lifetime. And,
Mhm.
and we both grew up in the same house, but totally different life experiences, that she lost faith with humans.
Yeah.
And she is not able to take help from people because she is doesn't like to inconvenience people. That's a good word to put it.
Mhm.
So yesterday, she's in fire zone right now, and we've had to move her horses, and we've got one of her dogs here, and now her daughter's living with us temporarily
Mhm.
to take care of the horses in Cloverdale. And it's sort of like she stood there and she was getting emotional and saying, "But you do so much, and I need to pay you." And I said, "Don't give me your money. I don't want your money. I'm doing this because I want to help. I'm being
Yeah.
kind." And she says, but people aren't kind. Like, why would you do this? And I just stopped her in her tracks and I said, you know what? There are people out there that like to be kind as well, not just you. Because my sister has got the biggest heart of gold you will ever find on the
Mhm.
planet. She's just an amazing human being. Um,
Mhm.
and it's like, it feels good to be kind to others.
Yeah.
And if
It
we're
is,
being
what
kind
that's
to,
the thing is the receiving sometimes. That's the
yes,
problem. You could have a big heart to give, but to receive is definitely
exactly.
the hard thing.
And the more you receive and allow others to receive and
Mhm.
others to receive, what kind of a planet can we make?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's out of the
Absolutely.
top of my head right now. I've never really thought of it that way until just now. But
Mhm.
it's just be kind, people. Just
Mhm.
be
Yes.
kind.
I love it. I love it. This is great stuff. So, what is the best way for people to get on this website and sign up to be a part of this great event?
So it's very easy. You just go to the web, www, as they
Mhm.
all start with, and go to GAS Summit. So it's one S,
Mm.
Gas Summit, one
Mhm.
S.ca. And all the information is there.
Awesome.
Absolutely all of the information is there. Our emails, our links, the speakers, everything.
Love it. Now, so what final thoughts? I know we've done a lot, and I'm hoping people are taking notes. But if you're not, that's fine. You can go back and listen to it again and listen to it again until we get it. So, what final thoughts, starting with you, Jeanette, do you have?
My final thoughts is give to give to give to ask. Is
Mm,
this is a time and space on this planet in the present moment of give to give to give to ask. If we are going to shift humanity with kindness, acceptance, love, gratitude, and appreciation, we have to give to ask, and be open to receive. Because when you receive, you put on your biggest appreciation pants for that person, and you have a party for them when you receive. So that's my parting wisdom.
Love that. All right, over to you, Kathy.
So I'm going to keep it really simple. Gratitude is the heart. Gratitude is all about the heart. And we all have an element of that. We all do. The appreciation part is the action. And not everybody agrees with that, but that's what I believe. And to my core, and I believe Jeanette's on the same page.
I'm shaking my head up and down.
Yeah. Gratitude is the heart. The appreciation is the action. So what action do we take on a daily basis? That's what our summit's all about. The feedback from around the world has been, where is everybody else? Because everybody needs to hear these messages. And we all know it, but the summit's there to remind us and to perhaps tweak little areas in our lives.
Love it. This has been outstanding, guys. I have gotten so much. I have notes over here. I'm so excited, and wishing you guys the best, because as you impact one person, that person can impact the entire world. You know, it's like a ripple effect. So you definitely have impacted the audience today. So I'm so excited to highlight you today, and just to show people how simple it can be to change the world, one person at a time.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you,
are
Michelle.
so welcome. You are so welcome. So we want to thank you all for listening, and we look forward to seeing you, hearing you on the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you so much for listening today. And if you are interested in finding out more about V-Team Referral Network, feel free to click on the link and join us. We are always looking for visitors at our chapter, which is V-Team All-Stars, where I serve as vice president. We have our chapter meetings every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a great opportunity to meet different business owners and to connect and find some PowerPoint partners that can help you move forward in your business. Thanks again for listening to this episode. Bye for now.